Let's face it, even if you're Dr. Doom, deep inside you really want to be Iron Man. The day of doom is here, but it feels like Iron Man Day. I'm going to share my tips on these new Iron Man items to help you get some victory royale. Here are the Stark Industries chest locations, and here are their distances to each other. I'll deep dive on that in just a bit, you won't want to miss it. Each of the Iron Man chests have either the Iron Man Flight Kit, or IM Boots for short, or the Iron Man Combat Kit, or IM Gloves. I'm Aussie, we shorten everything. Since there are only 6 Iron Man chests and 100 people playing each game, some people are going to miss out. If you manage to get to a chest first, pray that it'll be the boots. These things are fast. With them in the loadout, depending on your nearest hexagonal landing pad, or just hex pad for short, you can increase your chances to complete the Iron Man set. If you miss out, you can also hop into a vehicle to make your way even faster than on foot. While on your way, be sure to drive through some of the slurp cactus on the way there. You could expect some stiff competition. After the drive, I managed to be first on the scene, yet only received the gloves in the unopened chest. So off I go into the car again to find another chest, to find some boots finally. Which had me wondering, how far do these things fly? Well, I decided to do an experiment. I marked a spot on the map and flew these babies as far as I could before they ran out of juice. They went an impressive 600 meters. What happens if you try the same thing with boost on? Well, I tried that, and even though they go faster, I ended up traveling 100 meters less. How does that compare to the jetpack? Well, I was also curious, so I picked up a set and gave it a test and found that it only travels 144 meters until exhaustion, admittedly with boost, and I'm sure nowhere near as fast. Now, this information is useful. I wanted to find out how far I needed to travel from one hex pad to the next, so I employed the help of my son, and we set markers between each possible combination to bring you this infographic. If you find it useful, please hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and thanks Choco Cow, you the man. Now, if you do find yourself coming to chest after chest that is already opened, never fear. You'll find and likely hear these cool arsenal rockets falling from the sky and landing at these hex pads. Once they land, you can run up the ramp, jump on the pad inside, and opt in to get your loadout of the Iron Man Chiz. If in your excitement you run inside to find it only gives you Warhammer stuff, you're not going crazy. These arsenals come in 2 different flavors and distinctly different. One is red and the other is black. You can also see with the matching coloring icons on the map. Let's briefly talk about these items. With the IM Boots, you can use the ram attack, which issues a 60 hit damage and is relatively feasible to do. Using the gloves, these things have a decent fire rate and damage with the repulsor and has auto aim. It's very forgiving with almost heat-seeking tech. If you get a rush of blood and realize you've run out of juice, be ready for a shotgun handy to finish the job. The blast itself feels broken. Despite hitting this guy direct, it did no damage and takes a heck of a long time to recharge. I'm still looking for my comeback next week shot like in golf to change my mind on this thing. The boots have an impressive ability to get into the sky, and you can easily get up on the floating islands with very little effort. In flight you can also roll left and right to avoid some fire when you've got the boots, but you're certainly not invincible. The time it takes to get off the ground with the animation still has you susceptible to copping some fire despite your attempted exit. Once you commit to landing, you still have to wait for a whopping 20 seconds wait to recharge, which given the distance you travel compared to a jetpack is fair enough. The jetpack takes 10 seconds to recharge, by the way. However, one tip is if you accidentally do the ram attack and decide halfway through you don't want it, you can look up to the sky and cancel it out to save you some recharge time. I've also found that just hovering in the sky chews through a lot less fuel than travelling. Great for having a sticky beak around the island for victims. If you still want to know where all the Avenger chests and Doom chests are, here's a speedrun playlist for you.